If you have just installed the Vivaldi web browser, you may have noticed something strange happening while you browse the web. You'll be browsing a web page like this, and then suddenly when you click on the page will change. Even though you didn't click on a link, just clicking on the page, even by accident, will change the page. What is going on here? This will drive you insane. Upon closer inspection, you may notice that this page is actually the previous page you were browsing. You can click on the forward button to go back to the page where you clicked. But this doesn't solve the problem that Vivaldi just randomly goes to the previous page sometimes. What is going on here? Believe it or not, this is not a bug, but actually a feature. I know it's unbelievable, but I swear that this is actually supposed to be a feature. It's one of the 2 gesture methods that come enabled by default in Vivaldi. Let me explain how they work. In Vivaldi, by default, if you press the right mouse button and release it, it shows the context menu. However, if you press the right mouse button and then you press the left mouse button while the right mouse button is being held, it triggers what is called a rocker gesture. This rocker gesture in particular goes to the previous web page. This is the source of this seemingly erratic behavior. There is also another type of gesture that Vivaldi supports, which is a more traditional one. If you press and hold the right mouse button and then move the mouse cursor to the left side, it goes to the previous page. To go to the next page, we don't need to click on the address bar. We can just hold the right mouse button and then move the cursor to the right side. While these gestures sound very cool, in practice I've never triggered one of these by purpose. I'm always triggering them by accident. I don't like this feature. So let's learn how to disable it. To disable gestures in Vivaldi, we click on the Vivaldi button on the top left corner to show the main menu, and then we click on Settings to show the Settings dialog. Then we click on the Mouse section to find the options that we want. The first option we have to disable here is the Allow Gestures option. At first glance, it sounds like if we uncheck this checkbox, it's going to disable all gestures in Vivaldi. But surprisingly, this isn't even true. This checkbox only controls the gestures performed by holding the right mouse button and moving the cursor. After we uncheck this checkbox, we also have to uncheck a second checkbox down here that controls whether rocker gestures are enabled. These are the gestures performed by pressing 2 mouse buttons simultaneously. Only after we uncheck these 2 checkboxes are gestures completely disabled in Vivaldi. Now we can click with both mouse buttons as much as we want without fear that it's going to change the page.